binders full of women.
Goat's milk latte drinking.
There you go again.
Please clap.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad-built butch body.
A what now?
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
Where my banana?
That's a banana republic without the banana.
Who am I? Why am I here?
Are you a racist?
He's a jackass.
Pokemon go to the polls.
They know one thing. I hate rats.
Well, I'm not a crook.
I grew up castrating hogs.
4 glorious years, I guess.
Vote to confirm a ham sandwich.
Ooh, don't do it.
Still like beer?
20-foot impressive seahorse he's riding.
Correct. It's too damn hot.
Lucy, icon guy. You can't. Girlfriend, you were so on.
I have the ability to turn people on.
Sashay down there and vote for this amendment. Officially weird.
From one year to the next, all the same?
What's going on, YouTube? Let's get some music going, baby. We are live. This is the Keith Edwards Show, and we're trying something new. We're trying to get folks engaged online and live, and I'm so grateful you are here today. Thanks for joining. We're going to be doing these on Tuesdays and Fridays, but don't hold it to me because life happens. But that is the idea. We're going to be here at 7 o'clock. Really excited about the show we have for you today. We have some news around Donald Trump, who is flailing around SignalGate. I love that it has a name, SignalGate. Perfect. And we also have a guest today, Isaiah Martin, who is running for Congress in Texas. And he'll be on in about 10 to 15 minutes to take your questions and to tell us a little bit about his campaign and why it's important. I hope you're all doing well. I think during times like this, I don't know, how do you stay sane? How do you stay sane? For me, I think it is working out. I went to CrossFit today, and so I am a little sore, and that is why I don't think my hair is actually that wet, thankfully. But I did work out today, and I am also just a personal life update for the chat. I am going through a breakup, so I am a little sad, and so that means I'm buying myself things. And I bought myself a new hat. Everyone loves my hats. Actually, I don't think anyone likes that I wear a hat, but I love hats, and so I bought myself a new hat. And this hoodie. I think it's cool. Whatever. All right, so we got a good show for you today. Thanks for joining. Let me clean up my hair. Let's quickly do roll call. Where is everyone watching from? I will kick it off. I'm not watching. I'm here in Washington, D.C. And we also have someone here from Phoenix, Arizona. Who else? What else we got here? We got Utah in the house. We got Tennessee, Seattle, Washington, Ottawa, Canada. We have Wales, the United Kingdom, Montreal, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, San Diego, California, South Carolina, Wisconsin, Atlanta, Georgia, baby, Texas, Arkansas, Jefferson, Georgia. We are all across the country. Shout out to the blue dots in red states. You are the reason why red states eventually become swing states. So keep the faith. All right, so let's get into some news. Donald Trump today was asked about SignalGate, and let's just listen and then we'll respond. Can you all hear that? I want to make sure you can hear that. Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear it. No sound? Okay. 1 second. That's my bad. Sorry. As you're saying, we're trying something new. So window, oh, I see. We got to do it like this. That's right. Okay.
We have had a very, very...
Are you going to change any of the practices that your national security officials used after a reporter was inadvertently added to a group chat about attacks on Yemen?
Well, I think it's a question I've been asked now, and I've given a few answers, and they've all been the same. We have an amazing group. Our national security now is stronger than it's ever been. We have had a very, very successful, numerous attacks in that area. These are people that shoot down ships, not only our ships, ships all over the world. They're shooting down right out of the water and damaging them badly, or they're going down. They're also shooting anything that happens to be flying in the area. We hit them very, very hard. There was no classified information, as I understand it. They used a app, if you want to call it an app, that a lot of people use, a lot of people in government use, a lot of people in the media use. And I think...
Are you going to change any of the...
Does that give you any confidence? I honestly feel like he just wants this to go away because he does not want to have to deal with this. But I actually don't think he cares at all. I don't think he cares at all. I don't think he understands the implications of how dangerous this is for our military. There were people mentioned in that chat who are undercover. And if the wrong person was in that Signal chat, then they could have died. And I don't hear any sort of remorse from him. It's ridiculous. Now, we also have the reporter here who broke the story responding to Pete Hegseth's attack. So let's just watch this because Pete Hegseth was kind of honestly just so gross towards him. And then let's watch his response. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to add this. So I have to do this. Present. Sorry. We're learning in real time.
Made a profession of deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
I don't expect you're going to respond to every aspect of that, but nobody was texting war plans. Again, you have extensive reporting. Anybody can read it. What is your reaction to that?
Look, I'm going to be responsible here and not disclose the things that I read and saw. I will describe them to you. The specific time of a future attack, specific targets, including human targets, meant to be killed in that attack, weapons systems, even weather reports, or, that the government is I don't know why Hegseth was sharing it with everybody. I mean, the precise detail, and then a long section on sequencing. This is going to happen, then that is going to happen. After that happens, this happens, then that happens, and then we go and find out if it worked. I mean, he can say that it wasn't a war plan, but it was a minute by minute accounting of what was about to happen, organized by CENTCOM, Central Command, which is the military oversight group.
All right, so you all get the idea. So I guess my question to all of you is like, does that sound like information that's not classified? That is their big excuse, is it wasn't classified information. That's how they're trying to get themselves out of this. If that's, and Adam Schiff made this point, if it is not classified information, then that is a problem too, because why isn't information like that classified? So they have tied themselves into a very big knot here. And I don't take any pleasure in seeing this happen, because this is what we said was going to happen, is that when you put people in charge who have no business being there, mistakes, deadly mistakes can happen. Deadly mistakes can happen. All right. And just so you all know, we have a call-in number here who's saying, can you put that up? We have a call-in number. So you can, 202-810-4379. Do you have a question? Do you have a comment? Do you have a concern? 202-810-4379. Spam it in the chat, 202-810-4379. And so you can call and leave a voicemail. We're going to be answering some of the voicemails at the end of this show and then at the end of other shows. So please do call in. We want to hear from you. This isn't just about me. We want to get your voice out there too. So call in, leave a message, and we will try to get it on the air. Okay, and then let's keep going with this. So we also have more clips from Donald Trump, who truly has no business running the country. And here is what he said about Jeffrey Goldberg and called him a sleazebag.
The person that was on just happens to be a sleazebag, so maybe that's just coincidence. I don't know.
But you are going to conduct
Would
an
it be a
investigation.
problem if the Atlantic released all the text messages if they're not classified?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to ask the military about that because, maybe you wouldn't want that. I don't know. I will say this, that from what I heard.
So I'm going to pause that. This is the shit that he gets away with that no one else would get away with. Biden would not get away with this. Why is that not an immediate, wait, so is it classified or not?
I don't know.
But you are going to conduct
Would
an
it be a
investigation.
problem if the Atlantic released all the text messages if they're not classified?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to ask the military about that because, maybe you wouldn't want that. I don't know. I will say this, that from what I heard, the man that we're talking about, who's not somebody that I don't think most people have ever heard of, he found it very boring and he left early. He got off the line very early. So I can't speak to it other than that. So he's made up a lot of stories and I think he's basically bad for the country, but it's a failing venture, very failing venture. They're very upset. And a thing like this is publicity for them, but I don't think we should allow people that are very good, like that man sitting right at the end of the table who's done a great job. We shouldn't allow them to be hurt by it. The person.
Yeah. So it's the insanity of this for me that it's not their fault that all this is happening. One, they should not be having these sorts of conversations on an app, a publicly available app. I've read reports that these conversations are happening on phones that can be hacked. They're not on secure phones. And when things are on Signal and you connect them to a computer, then you can also have the message then being on the computer. So this isn't about Jeffrey Goldberg, who, by the way, is actually, as I showed you that previous clip, is being quite mature around this. And I think he could have caused a lot more hay. He could have released a lot more information. It seems like he's more careful with our classified information than our actual representatives and our actual people in the administration. So to me, this is like an ongoing problem that we are going to have to keep following. And Republicans are truly incapable of showing up for this. Here is Congresswoman Salazar making an excuse, saying that they were just starting on the job.
And I think that we need to judge them on their performance, what they've done up to now, which has been pretty good. Remember, they're just starting in the job. This game just started. Let's see how they do the next 2 years, and then we can judge them. But not because of one mistake that they put a reporter, maybe they made a mistake and they put that. Listen, those who do not have any sins, they can throw the first stone.
Congressman.
And we need to, I think that.
So let's see how they do in the next 2 years. Baby, I don't want to see how they do in the next 2 years. I think these 2 months has been more than enough. I think these next 2 years have been more than enough. All right, so we're going to do this. It's not a news segment. We're going to go to a segment called Tomato Time. And is that what it's called, Hussein? We call it Tomato Time or Throw the Tomato? I forget. We call it tomato time. And so what we do, this is a way for you to be involved in the live stream. We're gonna show this clip. It's an insane clip of a congressman admitting that they want to cut Medicaid. And so what we're going to ask you to do, Medicare, sorry, you're going to cut Medicare. And what we want you to do is to smash the tomato emoji, throw tomatoes. We don't suggest throwing tomatoes at members of Congress in real life, but you can do it here on the internet. Yes, BP has the right idea. So we're going to play this clip for you now. Tomato time. Here it is.
Congressional Budget Office estimates the work requirement would save around $140 billion over the next 10 years. It's a lot of money. That's a good place to start. What does that mean?
You know, Rob, I still see patients. So this is very real to me. And I see a majority, I mean, not a majority, but I see a fair number of individuals who are on Medicaid. And I can give you two instances, happened on the same day about 6 weeks ago in the office. One was a 35-year-old on Medicaid, and he was on disability, and he was no more disabled than you or I. And another one was a 48-year-old woman that was disabled because she couldn't hear, but she could hear me ask the questions, and she had hearing aids in. You know, these are difficult challenges to overcome, but there are no reason somebody should be on Medicaid, disabled, and not working. So, yeah, is it as high the number as they state? I don't know, but it is sure something that the American public doesn't deserve and needs to be reformed.
So that's interesting. Are you saying that they should both not be on Medicare?
Well, you know, Medicaid is the one that does disabilities. No, I don't personally think they're disabled. And I've seen this time after time again, working the system. And sometimes physicians are guilty of putting people on disability who shouldn't be. And I've seen also patients who should be who are not. So the system really is broken. And thank God we have a president with an attitude towards fixing this.
Well, and we're hearing reports that 20 million people could be impacted. Do people watching right now need to be concerned?
You know, Rob, if we don't do something, that's the real question. If we don't do something, this nation's finances spiral out of control. And what's taken literally the healthcare situation of the country by storm and what's thrown it into such disarray is the middleman. This is what's gotten between doctors and patients, hospitals and physicians. It's ridiculous to how these plans are become the middleman and basically taking money off the top and not delivering services. So the real question is, what if we don't do anything? If we don't do anything, it's an absolute demise of the American healthcare system.
Oh, someone threw a tomato at me. All right, so that's tomato time, and this is something we have to keep watching, is that they really do want to make these cuts. They're not even hiding anymore, but I'm so excited to bring up today's guest, Isaiah Martin, who is running for Congress. Isaiah, welcome. How are you?
What's up, my friend? How are you?
So grateful that you're here. It's Texas 18. Is that the one? There's so many. Which one is it? Texas?
Yeah, that's it. Texas 18.
Oh my God, I got it right. Texas 18. And I'm so excited that you're running for Congress, because I got to tell you, we have to get new energy into our government. We have to. I feel like we are, like Democrats especially, are just flailing. And so I'm so excited that someone like you is running. And so what I want to do before we get into this is I want to show folks just a bit of your campaign launch video. Let's show that.
Donald Trump's done nothing for you. Not for your family, not for your paychecks, and not for your future. It wasn't so long ago that he promised you $0 income taxes, $1 and something for gas, and $2 eggs. But since he's been in office, you've got none of that. Prices are up and jobs are down. You're working harder than ever while Trump and his friends get richer than ever. It's left you asking yourself the question of who's fighting for me? And it's time you wake up every single morning knowing that someone in Washington is on your side. Because I believe in an America where the retiree can live out their years without having to count pennies in the pharmacy. where the cashier can afford the groceries they ring up, where a mother in the ER worries about her child's fever and not the hospital bill, where the veteran has a home and not a cardboard sign, where hard work builds your future, not just pays the bills. That's the America that I'm fighting for. So if you're ready for something different, then you must choose something different. I'm Isaiah Martin, and I'm running for the United States Congress because it's time to send Donald Trump a message that Democrats are ready to fight back.
Woo! If you're ready for something different, you better do something different.
I know that's right.
I love that. All right. So what are you doing that's different?
I mean, look, first off, Keith, it's so exciting to be here. I'm excited to chat with you today. I mean, look, ultimately, so many people in this country are ready for change. I mean, they're tired of leadership that is not going to fight for you. We saw just a couple of weeks ago, so many members of the House Democratic Caucus stand in unison. And then to watch the Senate do what they did to ultimately vote for that CR was absolutely not a good thing. So, I'm going to be leadership that people can see. People will see that's unapologetic, because we have to be a brick wall for Donald Trump's agenda. That's what I plan on being.
Well, I think it's more necessary than ever. And I do agree that, especially what happened with Chuck Schumer, I wonder what your thoughts were around that. What were your thoughts around Chuck Schumer's kind of acquiescing to the right? I feel like there's something we could have done.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I don't agree with it. I mean, certainly because, there's no way looking at the veterans inside of my district, no way looking at, the storm recovery that we had to do to vote for a CR that effectively defunded all of those things. It's just a non-starter. There's no way that I could support such a thing. And ultimately, what Republicans did was they got into their own room, they negotiated with themselves, didn't take a single Democratic amendment or suggestion whatsoever, and they just went and did their own thing. So if you want to act like a partisan, don't then run to us and claim that you want to be bipartisan and get our votes. And so that's a non-starter for me. There's no way I could have supported such a thing. And I think that we need more people that are unapologetic and calling this stuff out in Congress, because we can't have folks that are weak as paper mache.
Oh, how are you going to win?
I mean, frankly, we're going to be working all around the district. We're going to be talking to people every single day. It's a big thing that we've been pushing. It's being visible, being out inside of the community, because that's what we need. We're being supported by so many people, thousands of people across this country, giving $1, $10, $100, whatever they can into our campaign at IsaiahMartin.org. And it's been a big thing. We're going to use that to get out into the community, to make sure that we can do as much field as possible, because that's how we win elections and communicate through people directly.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a huge problem for Democrats lately has been communication. And I think what's so smart about what you've been doing is that you're doing these TikTok lives. Are you calling them TikTok town halls?
That's right.
That's right. Every night, is that right?
That's right. Every night, 11 o'clock Central.
How many people are joining those? I mean, what has been the reception?
Yeah, total. At the end of the night, we get about 15,000 people that tune in.
Wow.
And it's a lot of folks that come in and they ask their questions. Some folks that, watch our content on social media, that live in the district, that say, hey, look, I saw you and I see you're here on TikTok Live. Here are some questions that I have, Isaiah. How do you feel about these things? And I take every question. So I don't run from anything. I think that's the energy that we need as Democrats, that are folks that are unapologetic and are just completely transparent and open and available for people, because that's how we rebuild our image and our brand.
Absolutely. And I think for folks who are on YouTube and are not TikTok native, what you're doing is it's not like people are typing questions. You're literally, it's like talk radio. You're talking to them.
Straight up. Yeah.
What's been a question that you've gotten repeatedly that has surprised you?
What are Democrats doing to fight back against Doge? You got folks that are worried about losing their jobs because of contracts that Doge might have canceled. You got folks asking me about, what's going to happen in the future if we can't go forward and win elections. People are really concerned. I've had a lot of people ask me about, the VA cuts that are potentially coming, cuts to Medicare and cuts to Medicaid. A lot of questions about healthcare is really the biggest issues that I have in front of us. But ultimately, people just want to see somebody that's going to fight back and stop playing by the same old rules of decorum and all of that stuff that ultimately it's just not getting us where we need to be.
Well, how can people help your campaign, Isaiah? Obviously they can be following you online. I'm sure. Are you Isaiah Martin on Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah,
X?
so it's Isaiah R. Martin on all social media. But if folks want to chip into the campaign because we're people powered, they can go to isaiahmartin.org, ISAIAHMARTIN.org. And also if they want to sign up to volunteer. It's a big thing that we're trying to push. We want to build the world's largest phone bank. And we want to do this to make sure that we can send a message. So you can sign up there at isaiahmartin.org. You can be in the district, but also around the country, because we want to make sure that we're doing this inaccessible for our national base. So.
Awesome. Well, Wireless Sunday, Dominga Barboza has just said, congratulations to you, sir. Go fight and win. I want to reflect that. Isaiah Martin, go fight and win. And good luck. It is such a big deal to run for Congress. And I wish you the best. And folks, please check out Isaiah. And thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely, Keith. Thanks so much.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That was pretty fun. What do you guys think about? I think Isaiah Martin, I think we need so many more Isaiah Martins. We need so many more Isaiah Martins. And I'm telling you right now that anyone who is running for office and is willing, is I don't want to just say younger, but is like more forward thinking and is using the tools of the internet to get our message out. I want to have him on the show because we need people in Congress that understand not only the severity of the moment we're in, but we also need people who understand how to communicate it using today's tools. And I love that Isaiah Martin threw his name into the ring. So thanks for him for joining. I think we have some voicemails. Is that right, Hussein? Hold on. We had one. Okay. Well, in the meantime, maybe we should I'm going to go to Zuki Cam. Okay, let's go to Zuki Cam. This is a new segment where let's just check in on what Zuki's doing. Zuki Cam. Okay. Wow, that was fascinating. Oh man, a live show, folks. Okay, so we have the voicemail ready. Let's hear it. I have not heard this, so let's hear it.
Hey Keith, my name is Ron. I just caught your
It's a little
show.
low.
I don't know that I've seen
there we
it
go.
before. I tend to watch Midas Touch and a bunch of those more left-wing shows. But I'm really glad that you're out there. And I was surprised when you identified yourself as gay. That was rather brave of you. It shouldn't have to be brave, but it is. I'm 71. I've been gay since I was new when I was a kid. And I was around when it was still illegal. And it's so rewarding to see somebody like you that can stand up there and unabashedly say, this is who I am. And I just want to thank you so much for that. Yeah, you have a good day.
Oh.
Hey, Keith, my name is Ron.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. I think his name was Ron. Thank you so much for saying that and for being an example for me. Yeah, I am gay. It's not something I talk about a lot, but it's definitely an important thing to say because people like you are the reason why I was able to do it in 2001 when I first came out. So that is so nice of you. Oh my God, I'm like emotional. That's so nice of you. And let's put up that number again, just so you know. I think that's the last one we can take for this show. But again, you can call in at 202-810-4379. Are you pissed about Trump? Are you pissed about Doge? Are you pissed about Chuck Schumer? Do you have something good you want to say? Do you have a question? Then you call 202-810-4379, and we were going to answer those on the next live stream on Friday. And I'm really excited about this one. I think this one did okay. I think we got through it. We got through. This is a cool live stream. I hope you all liked it. We're gonna keep making this better. But then this Friday we are going to be doing a live stream at 7 o'clock with Rep. Rokana, who can be taking your questions. So please stay tuned for that. Rep. Rokana, 7 o'clock this Friday. Thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out on the Keith Edwards Show Live, and we'll see you next time. Toodaloo.